How many times have you watched a woman give all her energy to a man who barely notices her, while you, the man who actually cared, got ignored like you were invisible? And the more you tried, the less she respected you. The more you chased, the colder she became. The more available you were, the more she valued someone else. Painful, right? But here's the truth nobody tells you. Women don't fall for the man who tries the hardest. They fall for the man they can't fully figure out. High-value men understand something that most men never learn: your silence, your discipline, your boundaries. They create attraction faster than your compliments ever will. Today, I'll break down 7 deep psychological reasons why high-value men ignore women, and why this behavior drives women absolutely insane. Not to manipulate, but to protect your value, control your energy, and stop playing the role of the desperate man women walk over. If you stay with me till the end, you'll finally understand why some men naturally get respect, and why others spend their whole life begging for it. Let's break it down, deeply. 1. His attention is not free. Most men don't understand the value of their own attention. They hand it out like free samples, every morning text, every compliment, every unnecessary message. But a woman's entire world is built on attention. The moment she picks up her phone, she has 20 men giving her validation before she even gets out of bed. So imagine how different you become when you're the one man she can't get attention from easily. A high-value man may show interest once, yes. He may spark the connection. He may approach, speak, flirt lightly. But after that, he pulls his attention back because he knows something powerful. The more available your attention is, the cheaper it becomes. The more selective you are, the more irresistible you become. Women aren't confused by attention. They're confused by the lack of it, especially from a man who clearly has options and discipline. And here's where most men fail. They ignore women out of frustration, not power. They withdraw because they're scared, not because they're focused. A high-value man ignores her because he respects his energy more than her ego. That's the difference. 2. His confidence makes ignoring effective. Ignoring a woman only works when it's backed by real confidence, not insecurity. A high-value man is not afraid to approach a woman. He's not intimidated by beauty. He doesn't freeze when she looks at him. He doesn't overthink every word he says. His confidence comes from knowing his worth deeply. Most men stay silent because they're scared. A high-value man stays silent because he's already taken action and has nothing to prove. He can walk up to her, speak with clarity, say what he wants, and then walk away if the energy isn't right. Here's why women respect this type of man. He's courageous, not passive. He initiates, but doesn't chase. He shows interest, but doesn't beg. He takes risks, but doesn't collapse if rejected. And that's why his silence hits harder. It comes from a man who had the confidence to approach and the discipline to walk away without fear. Women feel that, and they chase it. 3. He's busy with his purpose. Let me tell you a secret. A man with no mission will always become addicted to women. A man with purpose doesn't have time to chase anyone. High-value men wake up with goals, plans, ambition, deadlines, self-improvement, dreams they refuse to sacrifice for a temporary emotion. While other men sit on their phone refreshing her messages, he's out there building the life she will eventually want to be a part of. Women can feel the difference instantly. His energy is different. His presence is different. His absence is even more powerful. He ignores women not because he's trying to be mysterious, but because his dreams demand his attention more than her Instagram stories. This is where most men fall apart. They put women above purpose. And the moment you do that, you lose your edge as a man. His purpose isn't an excuse. It's the backbone of his entire attraction. Before we go further, do me one favor. Just hit the like button. It helps this message reach more men who truly need it. Thanks very much. Let's continue. 4. He's completely comfortable being alone. This is the one that scares women the most. Most men jump into relationships because they're terrified of loneliness. They need someone beside them to feel whole, to feel validated, to feel like a man. But high-value men? They build themselves in solitude. They use their single years to grow, their alone time to develop discipline, their silence to get mentally sharper. And women sense that emotional independence instantly. A man who doesn't need a woman is incredibly attractive because he's hard to control, he's unpredictable, he's emotionally stable, he chooses, he doesn't beg, he sets the tone, he doesn't follow his ability to be alone, is exactly why he can ignore a woman so effortlessly. It's not punishment, it's just who he is. He knows he'll be fine with her or without her, and that mindset alone changes everything. 5. He ignores bad behavior because he values his peace. A low-value man will argue with a woman for hours. He will debate, defend himself, explain himself, justify his intentions, try to fix every emotional explosion she creates. But a high-value man, he doesn't even enter the battlefield. Why? Because he understands something most men never learn. The moment you reward bad behavior, you train her to repeat it. When she starts unnecessary arguments, when she throws emotional tantrums, when she tries to provoke you for attention, he doesn't engage. He withdraws. He goes silent. Not because he's weak, but because his peace is too expensive to spend on chaos. And here's where most men fail. They mistake reacting for strength. They think fighting back proves they are masculine. They believe arguing shows leadership. But the truth is, a woman stops respecting the man she can easily trigger. A high-value man teaches her emotional discipline through distance. He gives her space to calm down. He refuses to play her emotional games. He shows her that disrespect creates separation, not attention. And that distance becomes the lesson. When she realizes she cannot manipulate him with anger, she adjusts her behavior. Because every woman knows, when a strong man goes silent, she risks losing him. And that's why this point matters so much. 6. He's direct, and that makes his silence even louder. Let me tell you something most men don't want to accept. Women don't respect men who hide their intentions. Women don't trust men who play friendly forever. Women don't get attracted to men who text like teenage boys. High-value men speak clearly. They say what they want. They communicate with intention. No cheap flirting, no endless texting, no double-meaning messages, no good morning every day. He is short, clear, and masculine with his communication. So when this kind of man goes silent, it hits differently. She knows he didn't disappear because he's scared. He didn't pull back because he's confused. He didn't ghost her because he's insecure. He pulled back because he refuses to waste time. A woman realizes, this man will not chase me if I play around. He will replace me without blinking. And that fear of being replaced, that fear of losing a man who moves with intention, that fear of losing a man who doesn't need her, it forces her to drop the games and show her real self. But here's where most men fail. They confuse being direct with being desperate. They over-explain, they over-communicate, they force clarity instead of embodying it. A high-value man doesn't force anything. He expresses interest once. And if the energy becomes uncertain, he simply stops giving attention. Directness plus boundaries equals attraction. 7. His mindset makes him unbothered, and that's what drives women crazy. This right here is the final point. The mindset. The part you can't fake. The part that separates a man from a boy. A high-value man truly believes he is the prize. Not as a slogan, not as a TikTok quote, but from deep within his character. He knows his worth. He knows what he offers. He knows he's not easy to find. He knows he doesn't need anyone to validate him. So when he's around a woman, even a beautiful one, he doesn't fold. He doesn't overthink. He doesn't try to impress. He doesn't treat her like she's above him. He stays calm, relaxed, confident, grounded in his identity. And that unbothered energy, that emotional stability, that inner confidence, it drives women insane because they cannot control him, they cannot manipulate him, they cannot predict him, they cannot break him. Most men put women on pedestals. High-value men put themselves on their mission. And that's why ignoring women works for them. It's not a strategy. It's a reflection of who they are. Their life is bigger than a text message. Their purpose is bigger than temporary attention. Their mindset is built on value, not validation. And that changes everything. Listen. None of this is about playing games or trying to hurt women. It's about becoming the kind of man who protects his value, his time, and his peace. If you apply these lessons, you won't have to chase respect. Women will naturally give it to you. And the moment you stop acting desperate, the entire way people treat you begins to change.